What's up everybody, another beautiful day on the Dragonflight beta, and we're back with some more raid guides and previews. Today we're taking a look at Mythic Primal Council in the new raid Vault of the Incarnates. Now this is beta testing, so a lot of things can change, be added, or well scrapped altogether. So what's new for the old council on Mythic? Well, a few abilities have been empowered for this difficulty, like Primal Blizzard, which is Kadros Ice Raft's 100 energy ability. It now causes each player in the raid to AoE around them in a 3-yard radius during Primal Blizzard. And on top of this, Embar Firepath's Scorching Ground from the Meteor Axis now gets consumed whenever you reset Primal Blizzard stacks. So you can't just YOLO run into the fire and reset constantly, you instead need to wait until you have higher stacks so you don't run out of fire or scorched ground. Probably around the 5-6 stack mark, and then you go nom some fire. Just keep in mind that you still AoE around you during the entire blizzard, so do be spread when you reset. Now following this, Dethea's Stormlash's conductive mark no longer expires on its own, so the only way to get rid of it is to cuddle up with one of them erect spikes. So a few seconds before conductive marks goes out, the entire raid needs to spread, players afflicted by conductive mark needs to slowly start moving towards earth and pillars, and unmarked players needs to give them some space. Now keep in mind that marked players will stack up nature damage taken if they run into another marked player, so again, do be spread. Now on top of this, a few things have been reworked from heroic testing, which isn't a mythic mechanic in itself, but still. Previously, all bosses had an on-death mechanic that somewhat mimicked an ability they had when they were alive, like Kadros having Primal Blizzard when he was a corpse. This is no longer the case, and all 4 bosses just do AoE damage if they die, so there's no longer any strats or potential strats around killing 1 or 2 of them fast. You just want them to die at the same time. Yeah, or roughly at the same time at least. It seems to not outright one-shot the raid, currently deals like 45k to the entire raid every 6 seconds and deals more damage with each cast, but combined with all the other raid damage, you're gonna start losing players fast. So the fight on Mythic kinda plays the same way it does on Heroic, just way more punishing. However, due to the fact that you remove Scorched Ground with Primal Blizzard, space is even less of an issue now, so potentially you can just tank boss in the middle of the room and have players spread out all around the room, as long as you manage to clear most of the scorched ground every blizzard and you don't miss any pillars with the meteor axis. Otherwise, you can still drag boss around the edge of the encounter space and have range more in the middle of the room, since as far as I could tell, earth and pillars prefer to spawn under range, and having pillars in the middle rather than the edges of the room gives you a lot more space when you need to clear conductive marks, which is kinda what this fight is all about, at least from a testing point of view. Done this on normal, heroic, and mythic now, and conductive mark is the biggest killer. That and Primal Blizzard turning half the raid into popsicles because they forgot to reset stacks. All in all, I really like this fight. 4-target AoE bonanza with lots of mechanics that requires your attention. I do wish they hadn't changed the on-death mechanic, as it would have been more interesting to have a council fight where, depending on who you nuke down first, the rest of the fight changes in some manner. And previous iteration did just that, but it also allowed you to not kill one of them faster and just cleave him down. And now we instead have the good old kill one too fast and you wipe. It gets a tad boring, it's been done. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the Primal Council. If they make major changes to the fight and we get to test it again, I'll revisit this. Otherwise, I'll drop an updated guide once the raid goes live. And we've downed it. Let me know in the comments what you think about this encounter. Don't forget the usual stuff, like, comment, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. I stream progression and testing on Twitch Thursdays and Sundays, and whenever there's raid testing. Make sure to check out my Patreon if you want to help support me, my work, and my goal of upgrading my computer. And you get access to the Stankie Discord where you can get help with anything raiding related, and it's filled with a ton of awesome people to help you with all your progression needs. Don't forget to check out the Liquid Women in Warcraft Discord if you want a supportive and safe Warcraft community. I'll leave a link to this in the descriptions below. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.